everyone. What? Don't make it seem like only one of us has a mic. I hate you. Stream over. We're not doing this. I'm not dealing with this shit today.
You're like, I've just worked all day. The last thing I need is
Yes. Come on. But welcome to the stream, everybody.
Hello.
Bosco, welcome. I am gonna move this chat over.
Okay. That's good.
That's already difficult to see without having it. Headphones be lurking, but most of the stream making my son's birthday cake. Is it a dinosaur cake? We need to know what type of cake this is.
Is it a beholder cake?
Ooh.
Is it is it caked up bolt? No buttholes, though.
Like
we gotta be
like the Luigi cake that on TikTok where it jiggles.
Yeah.
Christian, welcome. Apparently you got him for a second there. Welcome.
I'm the left headphone and Corey's the right, so
Where
if
you
didn't hear it.
Oh, here, it's over here. Jesus.
I do it the same way every time.
No, you don't. It's over here. It's over on like the screen that we don't ever use for the stream. So screw you. You don't do it the same.
See, this is what happens when Corey has to work and then stream.
It's true. Well, specific. Oh, come on.
Well, I mean, you can make a cake whatever you want, right? Flavor wise, but is it going to be like in the shape of whatever?
Yeah.
You know.
Specifically, I'm working until 5 now.
Yeah.
Rather than 3 o'clock, so I don't have as much time to like prepare and separate work from fun.
Work from second work,
but fun work.
Fun work.
Yeah. Okay, we're good.
Work that you'd
We're
rather
good.
do the whole time.
13 and requested a banana. I read that as banana camel.
Banana camel cake.
So it's a camel.
Hey, can we get Preston to draw a banana camel?
Banana camel. We'll put it on the list.
But the banana has to be inverted. This has to be this way because camels have humps, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So it has to be kind of like upwards.
Now, if you notice me looking over here, it's because I'm watching my puppy on a second monitor because this house is security cammed up.
Oh, inside there's only one camera. Well, there's two actually. There's one in the by the sump pump.
There's also one in the garage.
Nah, that's not really in the house though.
Is it though?
No. No, you let us know. Is the garage part of the house, like interior of the house?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Do you keep stuff that you would keep inside in the
not,
garage?
It's not outside the house, but it's kind of like this middle. It's like certain religions have like this middle.
Do you have to go through a door
in.
to get into it?
I'm still thinking it's gonna be. I'm not saying it's inside. I'm not. The garage is not inside. If I had converted it into something like a room, then it's inside.
Right.
But otherwise, because you don't count it as square footage when you buy the house.
Yeah.
They don't count garages.
Okay. But it's still inside the house. Sorry. I'll argue with you on that.
Nah. Puppy cam.
I mean,
actually, it wouldn't be that hard to do.
No, we could probably, if I gave you 10 minutes while I riffed, you could probably set it up in the corner of the screen with no issue.
The streaming program I use for my iPad to stream stuff is expired, the trial, so I have to buy the actual license for it.
I thought you could just like pull up the camera on your computer.
No, it has to be an app.
Really?
This type does, yeah.
Okay.
So I can do both. I can do app or I can do whatever, but I have to flash it differently.
Get you a man that can do both.
Have an app and have a webcam.
But yeah, let's talk about tonight. We're back for more painting.
Painting.
Last week we didn't finish the Dragonborn guy. However,
I finished it afterwards.
You finished it afterwards, yeah. And you can check that out on
Discord.
Our last episode, actually.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He was the big bad guy on our last episode.
Yeah.
Episode 30.
Which is awesome.
Which is really good.
Yep.
And then I also posted, I believe I posted a video in the Discord fan art, not fan art, the
Behind
crafting.
the scenes?
The crafting.
Oh, crafting.
Yeah, tabletop crafting.
Tabletop crafting.
But I could be totally wrong and thought I didn't and actually do it.
You definitely did not.
Okay, well.
Unless it's in the behind the scenes.
Yeah, it might be behind the scenes. Nope. My bad.
Just a complete
I can add it later.
Yep.
Hello, Richard.
Welcome. But tonight we've got a brand new collaborate and listen.
Stop.
Yeah, okay, I'll stop. We're going to be painting a treasure chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a nice, simple treasure chest. Definitely nothing else. Everybody roll perception checks, just for no reason.
For no reason, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just a simple, generic treasure chest.
Yep, just wonderful.
Surprise, it's a mimic.
Oh my gosh. I love this mimic.
I do too.
I had you print it as part of my big list of things to print, right? And
the Big Book of British Prints.
this guy does belong in the Big Book of British Smiles, let's be honest here. And I had you print this as a fake out. I wasn't planning on using this for anything. This was one of the fake out ones to make you like think that things were going to happen that weren't, just because I wanted to add a few in there that I was like, this is cool and we might use it later. So yeah, it's definitely not a mimic, but it is.
It is, yes.
It is, yes.
I don't remember. I think Cast and Play made this one.
No, this is Artisan Guild.
This is Artisan Guild?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, no. This is Comet Lord.
Comet Lord.
Yes. Want to make sure we get proper attribution. This is Comet Lord.
I love the odd number of eyes. There's 7 eyes.
Holy crap.
Not 6, which I think
So there's
is
going to be a lot of complexity here. One thing that I want us to do if we have time, let's get some drool on the teeth.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, let's do some drool and shit. That sounds fun.
I'm not doing shit.
Okay.
I'm not putting shit on the figure. Sorry. I don't think mimics poop. I think my headcanon is they eat, much like this, and then they just add it to their mass.
Everybody loves when we eat on video, so I thought I'd do it on stream as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I got Mike and Ike's and hot tamales.
But I'm wondering what color should the arms be? And maybe tongue? I don't know. Tongue should probably be different. Tongue should always be tongue colored.
We don't use purple a lot, do we?
Most aberrations are kind of purple. Like I did this dragon in kind of a purple.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I don't know where
I don't know.
I guess I haven't seen him in like 10 minutes.
Christian, you don't see the mimic, but go ahead and look again. This time you just smell it.
Yeah, you get advantage. Mustard yellow. Oh my gosh, I love it.
I have a yellow. I have some good yellows actually.
Some bright yellow.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay.
Which
means we can't do like gold banding around the treasure chest portion. We have to do.
No, we can do silver though.
Yeah, we can do we'll do like silver. Yeah. Or we can even do like a copper.
Yeah, we can do copper.
Although silver and yellow kind of looks really good together. Or maybe like a black iron to make it look Bumblebee-ish a little bit.
Okay. I mean, and the chest is going to be chest color.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right.
I mean, there's different types of wood grain. We could do an acacia wood, which is kind of like a redwood style, like a pinkish red. We could do what I'm trying to think of the other Minecraft wood colors. Dark oak.
That's the only thing that's how you know wood is from Minecraft.
I mean, half of the vocabulary that I have comes from WoW, so
okay. But before we get to the yellow, I think I want to do the wood color of the chest.
Yeah, you always got to start with the deepest.
Yeah, portion. So that's the color of what I was thinking. It's kind of like a.
We should finish this one too, by the way.
Yeah, a light like birch.
In fact, let's make the banding on this one the same color as the mimic, and just make this
started doing kind of like a dark iron almost on the back.
Let's do that.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it? Mimics smell like the thing they imitate?
I would say
or
yes.
Is that the one thing that they're to tell they're a mimic?
I would say yes, because they're magic, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were like created by a wizard or whatever, and I mean obviously you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe in like D&D lore, they are 100% magical beings, and when they transform into something, they are indistinguishable from that object, which includes smells, sounds, sight, etc. And the only thing that can detect them is usually like magic rolls, like detect magic spells, or
I'm gonna ask Google this as well while you're getting started on this.
Yeah.
Not do mimics have noses?
Mimics can have all the noses. A mimic can just be a giant nose if it wanted to.
That's true. Forgotten Realms wiki. Let's see if they have anything on this. How's everybody's week been while I'm looking this up? Hopefully we're all having a wonderful time. Having a good time. Having a good time.
My week has been pretty good. Some fairly good. I did some good stuff at work, like as far as like accomplishment stuff goes, and so that kind of made me pretty happy. Whereas other days I don't feel like I get anything done, or I don't do anything productive because it's constant like putting fires out or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I did some stuff that
would have explained why Bolt always asks, "What does it smell like?" No, that's just a curse that my party has put on me.
That is the like aspiring DM in me to make everything have sight, smell, sound, so that when you describe stuff, it's absolutely like, what does it smell like? Okay, here's what you smell, which is why I bought some smelly candles for the last couple games that we've done on my Adventures of Aetheris, just to try to like set the mood, right?
And I'm sure everybody liked it.
Yeah, you can't smell them for some reason.
I don't have a good sense of smell.
Yeah.
So. It doesn't say anything specific about.
I think the filigree.
Are you showing us that trunk?
Yeah. Look at all that junk.
That junk.
I think all like the filigree stuff is going to have to be like a metal color.
That black metal.
Yeah.
I really think we should make it look like the other treasure chest, just so we can have the chest for it too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mainly, and then I can slack off on being super precise.
Yeah.
Because painting metal over contrast is a lot easier than contrast over contrast.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like the idea of making sure you have smells prepared in a campaign too. Not like a scent that you like spray in people's faces or something, but even just like a description of it, right?
You say that, but I would love to have like a system that has like almost like misters hanging from the ceiling that I can like hit a button and it makes combos of scents and stuff. Oh, I would make all kinds of cool stuff, and I would especially make like the whole like rotting flesh, but not so bad that it makes everyone retch. Just be like, ooh, yeah, that's a gross smell,
I'm glad you don't have that much money.
It'd be like I would even love to have like the things in some of those theaters that like blow air on you when like something rushes by and you can like feel it. That would be cool.
5D.
Yeah, that's millionaire money though, right?
Yep, it is. Yeah. So I had my first like full soda in probably about 10 years. Or more today. Or more. And it was because they gave me the wrong soda and I just went, screw it, I'm going to drink it anyway, right? And
so to clarify, what do you mean by non-full soda?
Oh, sorry, I mean non-diet, because I've been drinking unsugared soda, diet soda, Soda Zero, that sort of thing. Teely, welcome. Finally made it again.
Hello.
Nice to see you. Glad you could make it. Anyway, so
We're definitely not painting a mimic. This is totally just a treasure chest.
Just a treasure chest. So I've been drinking diet and zero to kind of be like, if there's only one thing that I can get out of like a consistent diet, it's apparently that, because I've adapted to it properly. After drinking it for what? I think we did like 6 months while we were on a heavy diet one time, and it just kind of became the norm. And I remember before that we were both like, oh, diet soda sucks. I can't. Yeah.
And it was literally one of those like, everyone's like, yo, you have to get used to it, and for me it was always like, if I have to get used to it, that means it's terrible.
Like they say about beer.
And honestly, I got used to it after like 2 weeks, and now regular soda tastes so wrong.
It tastes too sweet.
Yeah.
Which
Even though
is
it's technically not true. Technically it's less sweet, but
which is how I felt today. But again, I kind of just went, I need to have a drink anyway, so I might as well
you said,
just drink
I've
it.
already got it. Like,
yep, exactly.
Type of a thing.
And I could have gone back to the store and been like, hey, but I had already gone in once because they forgot to give it to me and they gave me the wrong one. It's a whole ordeal. And I am coming down from like a really bad sugar high, it feels like. and I do not like it.
Yeah.
And it's not like the floodgates are open again and I want to go back to drinking regular soda. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I used to do this all the time.
I used to drink Mountain Dew, like at least a 6-pack a day of cans, if not more. Yeah. And I look back at those times and I go, holy cow. Like,
yeah.
geez.
Like, I drink a lot of Soda Zero. It's basically my drink of choice.
It's your water.
Yeah, it's basically my water, which isn't a good thing.
I mean, it's like 99% water, so.
Yeah. But it's definitely, like, not a good thing, especially for my teeth. Like, my teeth are already bad enough as it is. Like, having extra soda on top of that is...
Having extra teeth.
Having extra aspartame, flooding into it, yeah. Anyway. Did you have blood in your Mountain Dew stream, Scott? Asks Richard.
Yeah. Yeah, I was your typical sweaty gamer, both in size and in what I ate and drank all the time. It was, I lived off of Hot Pockets and ramen and stuff because it was super easy, and
yeah,
it was in between WoW raids and stuff like that, and yeah, I drank a lot of that.
Yeah, and now, like, I'm actually getting to the point where I can't eat too much candy or like cookies.
Yeah. Like
because it makes me sick, which is supposed to be a good thing, but my stupid food addicted brain is just like, man, you can have another one, you're fine. They're tasty, remember? So hopefully that progresses even more to the point where I'm like, I literally can't have candy anymore. Like, I just had like 3 or 4 Mike and Ikes and a hot tamale for that joke, and I'm kind of like, I think I'm done eating sugar right now.
Yeah, I don't know. The older I get, I have trouble with eating a lot of sugar too. And for me, it's... Do you ever get like that like, not numb, but like almost cottony mouth feel
after drinking
a lot of soda and stuff? And and then you have to be like, nope, okay, I got to switch to water for a little while.
Yep. And I definitely want to like keep myself on track more, but we'll see.
Speaking of butts, I got the butt all done.
All right. Looks good. I love this model so much.
I do too.
It's very rare to see a mimic with actual like arms and limbs and stuff, because the whole
my favorite thing, because everyone loves the tongue, right?
Yeah, that they're not supposed to be able to be they're not supposed to be ambular like that, right?
But one thing I love is like, so he's got the thumbs in the right spot there. However,
they're inversed.
They're inversed on the back, but also correct if he was walking backwards towards you. So I think it's funny, but it's like a mimic's like trying to do the whole hand thing. It's like, well, I know that thumbs are normally pointing towards you, so I'm gonna do that on my backside too. Yep. All right, mouth time.
Mouth time. Everyone loves mouth time.
Like I said, everyone loves the tongue.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be... How about I do that as this purple? Like, kind of this light purple right there. What do you think about that?
Mimics were created by magical AI, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
The light purple?
Yeah, like this right here. Magos purple. Because, like, I could do this pink, and that's pretty good. But I don't know. Maybe we should do something slightly different. Because they are kind of... They're not aberrations, but they are monstrosities, and they are a little weird, right? So let's do something a little weird. Let's get weird, guys.
Let's get weird. I just realized something. I need to go upstairs and move some toys around because I saw him at the toy section, but I can't tell if he's like ripping pieces off of the toys. So
okay.
I will be right back. Enjoy Scott's
rambles.
Yes.
Enjoy
it's time for Scott's rambles.
Yeah, magical AI. I wish they'd have like, we should have some artists do some with like a bunch of messed up fingers and stuff. Because even when like the AI is good, I still look right at the hands first, and I go, "Oh yeah, that's definitely an AI. I can tell that." So yeah, we'll do some of this. We'll do some of this purple in the mouth here, and we'll put it down deep inside there, along with the tongue. And we'll get it colored in. Oh, also, just a plug, we have a Patreon. If you'd like to support us there, we would be very appreciative. You can see the episodes early, and there's also exclusive content like some watch-alongs and some behind-the-scenes videos and things like that. And we got a lot more planned as well. But yeah, some fun stuff. Plus, you get private Discord, and you can go in there. And there isn't really like we don't have any spoiler rules. Maybe we should look into that. But so far, most of our patrons are pretty good at not spoiling things too much for those that haven't seen it just yet. But we kind of assume that if you're a patron, you want to watch it early, and so that's why you're there. And so you've already seen it. But yeah, help us out there if you'd like. We use those funds for new equipment. Right now we are currently saving up for all new microphones. Cory's got a good mic, but the rest of us have cheap, like $30 ones that I bought just to get us started. And they work okay, but I have to do a lot of tweaking and stuff after the fact when I edit. And so yeah, we would like to have some better ones so that we all sound better, as good as we can. But they're pretty pricey. They're like $200 a pop type of thing. So we've been saving up for quite a while for those. Yeah, I like that. I like the. It's like a kind of a dark, almost a dark like bloodiness to it. Yeah. Yes, Richard. I too have seen quite a few artists in the Discord, and I try to make sure I praise them all and make sure that everyone is polite. But some of them are really, really good, and there are quite a few things that I would love to have them paint or draw for us. And I've got a couple of them written down so that when the time comes, I might reach out to them, because I'd love to get artwork from the community rather than just some random artist that's never seen us before. Maybe someone that can spend a little bit of time and kind of knows what the characters and things that they're drawing are. Then I thought that would be really fun. Gotta be careful here around the teeth so I don't stain the teeth a different color, because that would be kind of a pain in the butt to fix. But then, of course, it's got gums, so. What color? Start thinking about what color for the eyes. What would you like to see for the eyes? Would you like to see fully odd colored, or we're going to leave the sclera white and then do the pupils a bunch of random different colors? I think that'd be kind of cool, like green and blue and red and stuff like that. I don't know what he's doing, but he's taking his sweet time. 7 different colors. Okay. Yeah, like we do like one, like the main eye could be one color, and then each one could have its own individual colored pupil. And then I kind of like to paint all of my multi-eyed creatures with slightly different shaped pupils. So you got round, obviously, and then you've got like horizontal slits in them, and then I even like to do like octopus is kind of cool. It's like this like weird W thing, and then goats. Goats always have creepy looking. They're kind of like a kind of a fat star, like you draw stars with just the plus symbol, fat plus symbol almost. Kind of do a little bit of that. Maybe like this mimic doesn't have an idea. They don't understand how regular eyes work, and so it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna do them all just in case. But yeah, what has everyone been up to lately? Cory asked that, I think, and I think I overtook him. Spoke over him for something. Yeah. Let me see if I can get a better close-up picture of the eyes. So there's one kind of in the center, and then there's 3 on each side. So it's kind of an odd number. You can see them kind of like right there. Right there. Are you just... So you're altering a wedding dress, are you just changing it, like the size of it? Are you adding stuff to it, taking stuff away? Are you, giving it a cool cape? I don't really know much about wedding dresses, so that's why I'm asking. What?
Well, he got into something.
What did he get in?
He came upstairs, and he was chewing on a cardboard packet. Your cuttlefish bones for your snails back when you had them.
Oh.
He pulled it off of the bottom shelf, and was trying to rip it open to get to the bones inside.
Yep. Okay. I mean, it would just give him some calcium, right?
Yeah. So I
put him in his kennel.
Yeah, I put him in his kennel.
Well, we tried.
Yep.
We tried.
I just gotta test him every now and then, and I hate to do that right after basically being like, "Hey, you shouldn't be doing this."
He doesn't know really, though, right?
Yeah.
We're just kind of talking about what's going on. 6 inches shorter, lots of beating. Oh, okay, cool.
Okay. So I have a surprise for you.
What?
And I can't keep it from you like I wanted to. I got a commission done of Lady D.
Oh.
Because I was so excited about her, which we've put the Pathfinder game on hiatus, so I won't be able to play her again.
Yeah.
But I just got the colored version back, and I really want to show you. So
if you want to hold it off until it's done, I'm okay.
No,
with
it's
that,
done. This is the colored version.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me make sure I'm sitting down.
You might want to sit up.
You might want to sit up for this.
That's spoilers for our new episode.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Who was the artist?
This is done by... The artist's name is Point Nine. I'll post a bigger picture up on Discord later. But I found him on just like the Artist Commission Reddit, and he did the sketch, and I asked him today how it was coming along, because it was like 2 weeks ago that the sketch was done, and he was like, "Oh yeah, here's your colored version." So, ta-da! I love her. I am so sad that I won't ever get to play her.
Well, we can figure something out.
Yeah. So,
since that was our Pathfinder game, right?
Yeah.
If you had to convert her to 5th edition, what would her class be?
I'd probably keep her as a warlock.
Okay.
Because she was a witch, right, in Pathfinder. So warlock seems like the most apt conversion there.
Yeah, it's like witch adjacent. Yeah.
I might go like a fae patron for her, but not like the typical fairy fae, like goblinoids, because that was kind of her thing, right? Or I'd go like I don't know, there's a couple other good ones out there that I might pick. And then I'd pick like the familiar, obviously I can't get rid of Lulu. That's a huge part of her character. Yeah. But yeah, I think I might.
If you don't know what we're talking about, you can check out our first Pathfinder game
First and second.
And our second one.
I think the second one's released.
Yeah. We got a couple more we should release.
Yeah.
But it is on indefinite hiatus right now.
Yep.
We had some people that had some stuff come up that they're not going to be able to make them. So rather than go on without them, I'd rather just kind of put it aside for a little bit.
But if we ever get back to it,
yeah,
I'm ready. That is.
I think you should make a 5th edition version of D just in case.
Yeah.
Because I think that would be a cool character to have in your back pocket.
Yep.
Especially now that you got awesome art for it. Now you just need to get someone to craft you a custom
mini based off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Super happy with the work. That's for sure.
May I ask how much it cost?
You may. It was only $30.
Oh wow! Really?
Yes. For that one, it was only $30.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's cheap.
Yep. He doesn't have any sort of like socials as far as I was aware. Like he posted and was like, "Hey, contact me on Discord."
Okay.
So
that's okay. So I got that custom drawing done of Dodger.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a Discord
Mm-hmm.
custom. It wasn't over social media or anything. Although she did have an Instagram, but I didn't know that until after the fact.
Yeah. So what games are you running currently in addition to TOA? None. I actually only have the one game right now, which is strange for me, actually. You'd think that I would be running more. Obviously, like any of the side games that come up, like Terradale, if we ever play another one of those, etc. Me too. Maybe you're painting a mimic for Terradale. Who knows?
Yeah,
maybe. Arcade cabinet mimic. That's a good idea to recommend to somebody.
Yeah.
So I'm only running TOA currently. Scott is running. He was running the Pathfinder game, and the Adventures of Aetherius game.
Yep.
So technically, he was running more games than I was up until about a week ago when we had to put the Pathfinder on hiatus, and then we're both toying with the opportunity to play in a Star Trek game.
Yes.
As players, so yeah. But I with the channel, it's kind of hard for me to run any other game. Like I used to do two at the same time, and that was stressful, and it ended up where one of the groups I dropped it, and it's just like, okay, I guess I'm just down to the one, and I haven't really picked up a second group since. Although I was supposed to run AOA at first. Not AOA, but like I was supposed to be running the 5th edition campaign for those friends. And you decided that you wanted to try DMing it. Because, well, so you decided you wanted to DM a game. And then I said, and then later on I'll DM a 5th edition game. But the friends said that they wanted to try starting with 5th edition, then moving on to other systems. And I went, okay, well, that would be me running it. Scott, do you want to run it instead? And he said yes. He said yes, everyone. Yeah. So, yeah.
I said yes to the game duress.
No, I've made 3 characters that I've been playing in not permanent games, but games I thought were going to be longer campaigns and fell through. And not 3 characters total. 3 characters total, 2 of them fell through. And so I've got 2 sets of dice because I always get a set of 2 dice for a character to make them, match the characterization that are basically retired immediately. Been looking at the Star Wars RPG, but didn't know there was a Trek TTRPG. How's that look? So the one that we're going to play in is like a modified sci-fi generic.
Yeah.
But
it's a D6 system.
We have played Star Trek Adventures.
I have, I don't know if you can see it, over my shoulder here. That box right there is
the Borg Cube?
The Borg Cube Collector's Edition, and then all those books behind it, and then on another shelf
are
all Star Trek Adventure books. Yeah. So I have the entire set, and I ran one for a little while pre-pandemic.
Yes.
And
it was pretty good. Like,
it was pretty fun.
I think the main pull of it was it being a Star Trek game more than the system.
Yeah.
Because the system is very much it's
difficult to learn. I feel like.
I don't think it's that difficult to learn. It's very much more narrative focused.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of feats and combat heavy stuff.
And there's not a lot of leveling up. Like the Star Trek, you don't really level up in Star Trek, right?
Well, you do get bonuses that you can add in.
Yes,
Yeah, they do a different system.
But it's less of you're level 2 now,
Yep. But Star Trek is definitely a game where you don't need to do combat a lot, so there's not a lot of combat.
Yeah.
Discovery notwithstanding.
And there's also, there's a lot of chance for diplomacy and stuff too.
Yeah.
But even then, there were plenty of times where diplomacy didn't work. You know.
And I played the security officer on that game,
a Ferengi.
A Ferengi security officer.
Which we actually got a custom figure for.
Yes, we did.
Which I need to paint. I really do.
But I didn't do much except for ask for combat, like any good security officer aboard a starship.
Please let me just shoot them.
I've been so good this month. Just let me fire 1 torpedo. I don't know if I actually ever fired a torpedo.
Yeah, we did some space combat.
Yeah, but I don't know if I ever fired a torpedo. I don't remember. But we've played the Star Wars RPG, the Edge of the Empire one, multiple times. And I love it. I think that's a fantastic system. I really like the
dice is really weird to get used to, but then once you start getting into it, it's actually a lot of fun.
Yep. I like the advantage disadvantage system that it brings.
I hate that the dice is only purchasable through the company that makes it.
You tried to make your own. Well, you did actually. You did successfully make your own.
I made some molds of the actual official dice in silicone, and then I did some resin dice with different colors and stuff, so that I could have my own custom dice, because I was tired of just going, because I bought like 2 sets, and they want $28 per set or something for them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's ridiculous in cost, and I was like, for that much resin I could make like 100 sets.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to think of like other systems that we've done that I've enjoyed.
We've done Traveler. That one,
Traveler,
I didn't enjoy that one too much, but I hear that's kind of a polarizing system in its,
I didn't mind it. I thought it was fine. I really enjoyed the one mechanic that our DM really didn't like focus on too much was the one that I enjoyed the most, and that was like bartering.
Yeah.
Right? Like the constant like need to pick up cargo and ship it and everything like that. Mm-hmm. It felt really fun to do that and calculate everything. And we actually had the DM. Oh, sorry. We should be on the paint cam, which is the proper cam. The DM had an accountant join us. Not in game, but like his friend was an accountant and started playing with us.
And he had like
a bunch of
spreadsheets.
He started making spreadsheets and everything for it to try and determine like, oh yeah, if we roll this, here's how much we get. And he was like plug in spreadsheets, like you could plug in the roll and it would calculate how much. Yeah, it was so good. We played Sentinels of the Multiverse, which is a very complicated system. With a lot of...
No, not Sentinels of Multiverse. Mutants
Mastermind. Sorry. Sentinels, we haven't played that one yet.
We haven't played that one yet.
That one we want to play. Mm-hmm. But Mutants Mastermind is a very complicated system, but it's an amazing system for people who like min-maxing, but also kind of being like, I just want to have like unique weird powers that are kind of nebulous, but I can also min-max the points in them and everything like that. Because it's all about like buying ranks and superpowers and things like that. It is a really fun system for supers. We had a lot of fun playing with it. And I think the only issue that I have with it is the system was complicated enough that I had to buy like hero labs for it. And, so that everybody could like make a character without being completely overwhelmed on
otherwise the
on
character creation is really tough.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least it's kind of lengthy and complicated.
Yep.
Hero labs just kind of made it a lot more simple.
Yeah. I have the playtest packet for the Marvel RPG that I want to play a game for. In fact, that needs to be put onto our Patreon idea list, if nothing else, because that is a fun sounding system, and they give you ways to make your own character in the playtest, or you can play a specific hero, and then they give you like some good like enemies, and it's a really cool system. It's called the 616 system. And you roll 3 dice, and the 1 dice is like the middle dice, and you want to get a 1 on it instead of a 6.
Yeah.
I guess that's something unique about Star Trek Adventures, is the D20s, the lower you roll, the better you get.
Yeah. 1s are successes, critical successes, and 20s are not.
Yeah.
They are
complications. And that also has a system that you use in AOA a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah.
They're basically their like advantage disadvantage system, and that is you get a number of tokens that you can turn in for like extra dice and things.
And the way I use it is, we have 4 players at the table, which means there's a maximum of 4 inspiration, and it's a shared inspiration for the whole table. So so if they do something really cool or something I really like or whatever, I can hand them out, and they can have it sitting right in front of them, and it helps everyone remember.
Hey, we've got inspiration.
I can't tell you how many times we've been doing something and someone like fails a major roll and is like, oh, dang. And everyone goes, oh, no, we're not failing this. Use one of those. Yeah. And they go, oh, yeah.
Or more.
Yeah, or more.
Sometimes, if you allow us to do more than one, sometimes we do that as well. And then we've also played Monster of the Week.
Yes.
Which that was a really fun, like, simple system. That was, again, more narrative than it was combat heavy, but it felt like it scratched that Monster Hunter itch, that Vampire the Buffy Slayer itch that people have.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Vampire the Buffy Slayer. Yeah. I like it.
New from UPN.
That's what all the vampires in Buffy the Vampire Slayer
They all think they're
they're the ones that are going to slay Buffy.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, they all play Vampire the Masquerade, which is a system I haven't played yet.
I have not played it either.
Yeah.
Our gaming group, I love them, but they're so busy. They're so busy, and I want a gaming group too that also like can play all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, we can run 4 different games a week. Hell yeah.
Which is why you should subscribe to our Patreon.
Yeah.
Because the more people that join that, the more ability we have to free up people's time so that they can play more, which is nice.
Okay, I think that's good for the mouth.
I love it. That mouth feel is really good.
And like the sinew on the side and stuff. Yeah.
I like how it kind of goes into the eyes too. I think that's
it's like
that's a good idea for it.
Kind of merges up to the top.
Yeah.
And some of the like metal, I don't know what you call it, filigree or adornment, is starting to change as well.
Yeah.
Which I think is cool. Because again, the mimic is every part of it, right?
Yep.
Not just it's not living inside or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was asking them what we should do for the eyes, and I got Richard and Teely both said, "What about different color? Seven different colors."
Oh, I like it.
And
Teely said lime green for one of them, which I think is a cool idea.
I've got some cool greens.
Yeah.
But I also want to do some like different pupils and stuff. I thought that'd be kind of neat.
Yeah. Oh, I've got this on my phone. I should just post this to Discord right now so everybody can see.
Oh, your picture?
Yeah, I gotta.
$30, right?
Oh, actually, I also need to.
I'm still shocked. Like that's such a good price. Wow. I have some stuff I might need to. I might need commissioned. And all I'm doing right now is I'm just touching up some of the eye, because the eyes are, the sclera's got to be white. So I'm just trying to make sure that wherever any of that purple bled into it, I can fix.
This should go in the original character chat.
Yeah. And you can all take a look at Lady D.
Honestly, I wasn't expecting the exposed shoulders on it, but I like the exposed shoulders.
Yeah.
Like, it very much fits her character, right? Yeah. Casey's asking what we're painting because she's not on the stream right now.
Tell her to join the
I'm
stream.
just going to say mimic. I should just say treasure chest.
Treasure chest with an asterisk next to it.
What's the best game system for exploration for all that dungeon in its name? 5e experience, a little light on splunking or archaeology.
I don't know.
I've heard that Numenaria is a pretty good system if you're looking for like an exploration thing, because that deals with like a lot of like, this is a post-apocalyptic wasteland and the ancients are former humans that have technology that they left behind, but it's magical.
I mean, my argument is any system can be that. But
yeah.
That requires your DM to put a lot of work into like history and lore of the world, and sometimes it's hard. That's hard to do sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not sure others. I know that there's like a lot of like really open-ended systems out there that are basically just like standard.
What's the one that didn't Critical Role just put out one?
Candle Obscura?
Yeah, isn't that like a very roleplay heavy system?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a focus on exploration though.
There are some third-party books that I have heard of that are 5th edition that add all kinds of like, ruins and dungeons with tons of lore behind them and stuff. You just have to go out and find them. Yeah. And if I remember some, I'll post them.
Honestly, Pathfinder 2nd edition. There's a lot of like stats or not stats. There's a lot of skills in there. There's a lot of things that you can do with those skills. And so like making a campaign around exploring dungeons and like selling off of the items that you find or cataloging them. Like, that could very well lead into that system a little bit better. And there's a lot of feats in that system that are very much like oriented towards like skill feats and things like that.
True.
In fact, most classes get skill feats at specific levels, so it's like, yeah.
And there are quite a few modules actually that are really well written in Pathfinder that probably have a lot of that. The Abomination Vaults that I was running, it actually has quite a bit background lore and stuff.
Yeah.
That your players can find out in the vault, or in the vaults themselves, I guess. I feel like I'm adding like makeup to this guy, like, some eyeliner.
Am I pretty?
As he's reaching for you.
We've also played Fate a little bit. Fate
yeah,
Core.
we did do Fate Core.
We weren't too good at it.
Well, that was in our early days. So,
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure we did something wrong.
I was doing some chores while listening, but I dropped our furnace filter into the furnace because the hole is above the furnace, and the filter is an inch too narrow for the hole. Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Christian, sorry to hear that.
That's like our parents have no, that was you. You were telling me that the other day when I was over at your house. Get yourself a grabber, right?
I know our mom has a grabber, if you need it. But it's done, so that's good. Good. That's good to hear. Pull the mimic up a bit. I know you're like him close,
Sorry,
but
I'm trying to get some. Trying to get around the eyes so they're very easily visible.
Nobody can see a painting.
Sorry.
It's all right.
That is
the issue.
Well, I need I wish I had get an overhead cam, probably like over here, like this, that comes down, and focus on my hand.
Yeah,
that would be probably better.
Yeah,
than directly overhead. Yeah. Now touch up.
Just give it a touch. Just a touch.
Just a touch.
Just a you got the touch. Just a you got the power.
I think Stan Bush would copyright claim us if we played that.
Does anybody here know that song? I mean, we do, because we're uber nerds, but I don't know if anybody else has gotten to that point.
It's one of my trump card songs where people are like, oh yeah, well this is obscure, and I'm like, oh yeah, well so is this, you know, and they're like, what the hell is this? And I'm like, it's a power ballad from the 80s, guys, come on.
It's from the 80s, guys. That's all you need to say, and everybody's like, wow, yeah. Hey, Richard got it.
Okay. There we go. Because I hang out with a lot of Gen Zers, right?
That's true. Richard said he saw it in theaters as a kid.
Ooh. It's one of my favorite movies. I'm gonna say it right now.
Had to go into a sealed hole in the ductwork in order to get it out. Oof. I just watched that last night. Christian just watched the original Transformers movie last night. Now, sorry, Christian. When he says the original Transformers movie, he means the cartoon
from 1986.
From 1986, not the first Transformers from Michael Bay.
Yeah.
just so you know.
Just to clarify.
Yep. I don't know what that was.
Yeah. What'd you unplug, Cory?
I don't know.
From the computer.
But I'm going to turn off your sound, which we forgot to do. Actually, that's something we could talk about. I am going through all of the movies on Scott's Plex.
Yeah. There's a lot.
There are over 2,000 movies on Scott's Plex. And the wife and I went, you know what? Let's just go through A to Z and start watching all the ones we haven't seen yet. And some of the ones we have seen if we feel like watching them again.
You guys are crazy!
We've only gotten through 4 so far.
Yeah.
It would take us, if we watched one a day, it would take us 6.5 years to get through them all. If we watched every single one of them.
And that's only considering if I don't add any more, which I am usually constantly grabbing more and putting them on there.
Yes. Yes, that is the good Transformer movie.
I love having them available on digital at my fingertips. Because I like that so much better than putting DVD in.
Yeah. So far, the only movies we've watched are the Three Ninjas movies. which are like 90s movies that I had you grab for, or Sarah and I had you grab because it was it was like our nostalgia, our growing up was the Three Ninjas.
I also enjoyed them growing up.
Really?
I don't think I watched them as much as you guys.
Yeah, I don't know if you were quite like you were about.
I was probably like 14,
13
15
at the time or something. Yeah.
And then I was at the time I was too cool for those kind of movies.
Yeah. Oops, Michael Bay. I did almost start the original by accident. You should watch the original.
The original. You should watch it just, I don't know, for posterity, I guess, or just so you kind of know. You know half of Cory and I's references.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
It's a good one. It's also a traumatizing one if you watch the Transformers TV show before it.
Yeah.
Which.
So many people.
Yeah.
Had a lot of trouble. There was a bunch of controversy about it.
Which, when I first watched Transformers, the only Transformer that I knew was Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
I literally did not know any of the other ones when I watched the movie. I was like 8 at the time, right?
Yeah.
Which was like, that was like 2000, or not 2000, 1998. And so when I watched it, I just kind of went, oh yeah, Hot Rod, Cup, friggin' Blur. Those are my favorite characters. They're so cool. They're so fun. And then I start watching the TV show when I was like 17 or 18 because you had gotten it on the high seas. And...
No, of course not.
I mean, you got some high C and then bought them
I got high
illegally.
off of high C. Yeah.
And so I started going through the series, and when I got to the point where it would cut off for the movie, then I watched the movie again, and I was like, I cannot believe that they killed off all of these characters that they had basically spent 3 seasons establishing.
Not just killed them off. Like, the first 10 minutes
are like, yeah, let's just murder everyone you love.
It was the whole Transformers franchise is to sell toys, right?
Yeah, and they needed new toys.
And they were like, we need new toys, we need fresh blood in this. Didn't realize that they would piss off a lot of people. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's our choices for yellow real quick. We got 1, 2, or 3.
One of them looks like Baby Barf.
That one?
Yep.
Maybe number 1?
Three Ninjas was pretty good. Thought the first one was the best. Actually, the one where they go to Japan is the best. Although I do see the first one is pretty good. I do like the doofy bad guys in that one. But the one where they go to Japan is actually my favorite out of all of them. It actually has some really funny moments in it that made me laugh. It wasn't like very cringe, and it's like to this day, like when we were watching it, I was laughing.
So keep in mind before you guys vote totally. He is standing on a pile of treasure that will be gold itself. So.
Ooh. Yep, Christian tiebreaker, 2 or 1?
Or 3. I kind of like 3 because of the contrast.
Well,
and remember, it'll look different on the thing.
If you like it, you should just go for it. I've never seen Surf Ninjas, though.
Surf Ninjas.
Yeah. Christian says 3.
All right, I'll go with 3, and if it looks terrible, I'll paint over it, and we'll pick a different
We'll do
one.
3.
Sorry, all the rest of you, your opinions apparently didn't count. My bad. I shouldn't have asked.
But yeah, so number one is fairly good. When it gets to like the first 40 minutes of it are kind of drag.
Yeah.
But when it gets to the Home Alone section where the three surfer bros are trying to break into the house and the 3 ninjas are screwing with them the entire time, that's my favorite part of that whole one.
I always wanted one of their alarm light when someone was coming down the hallway.
Oh,
or whatever.
Yes.
I always wanted one of those.
I liked when it was in the mask when it was at the grandpa's house. He had one that was in like one of the Oni masks. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which we say Oni mask, but I don't know if they're actually Oni masks. I'm just calling them that because of Jackie Chan Adventures.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But then so we watched them out of order. Number 2 that we watched was the one in Japan. Which was, like I said, that one was my favorite. The nurse from Japan is really funny in that one, if anybody remembers her. And then number 3 or number 2, if you watch it there's 2 different orders apparently, so, is the Indian one, or on the Native American reservation. And that one was okay. That one was kind of...
I mean, you gotta remember, these are made for kids.
I know they are, and obviously, like, well, that's the thing is, we say they're made for kids, but we have also seen movies that are made for kids that are incredibly good.
Nowadays. Back then, I would argue that not a lot of movies.
The golden age of Disney was during this time.
It's still made mainly for kids. Look at the Disney quality now comparatively.
Little Mermaid, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast. You're saying that these are terrible for adults? Aladdin?
I wouldn't say they're terrible.
Like you would if you watched Aladdin. What?
For adults.
You don't think that you wouldn't be able to sit down and watch Aladdin today and be like, this is terrible. I don't know why I ever liked this.
Maybe, I don't know.
Screw
that one I can't say that.
I saw that smarmy smile on your face, so you can just screw right off.
Okay, well, so maybe Disney's the exception then. Name non-Disney movies that are good for adults and kids back then.
Five Goes West and American Tail.
Okay, damn it, you caught me there.
Both of those. They're not. That's not one, but two. The Iron Giant.
That wasn't made that.
That's true. That was in the 2000s.
Yeah.
That one doesn't count. I'm trying to think of any live action ones that were good for adults and
cartoons,
kids.
Cartoons, yeah. But you know what? A lot of adults didn't go see cartoons back then because those are for kids.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. A lot of kids' movies were super campy. Yeah, and they still are. Like I've watched way too long videos about Disney Channel shows after my time and how ridiculous they are, and it's made me go, yeah. I mean, nothing's really changed as far as camp goes.
All right, I think that's got kind of a mustardy color.
I hate it. It's perfect, but I hate it. Five was my favorite as a kid. Is it Five Goes West or American Tail that was your favorite? Because I love Five Goes West. I hadn't seen American Tail until I was already a man.
Yeah, I think that one... Isn't that one more depressing, if I remember?
It's a little bit more depressing, yeah. And then Five Goes West is a lot funner and a lot more, like, upbeat.
Mm-hmm. Give me the old lazy eye.
Dom DeLuise is amazing in that. Like, yeah.
He's the cat, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Who plays the dog? The sheriff?
Wyatt Earp? No. That's Wyatt Burp is his name. I think in that, but I don't know the actual actor unless it is Wyatt Earp. But I don't think that's an actor. I think that's a figure,
legend.
a legend, yeah, from the West. I don't know how to spell Five Goes West.
Fivel, I believe, or maybe.
There we go. Fievel. John Cleese is Cat R. Wall in it, which is the main bad guy, by the way.
Oh, okay, yep. That sounds right. Distinctive voice.
James Stewart is Wiley.
Doesn't ring a bell.
You know who James Stewart is. You know... It's a Wonderful Life. Jimmy Stewart. James Stewart.
Jimmy Stewart's a talk show host.
No, oh yeah, not Jimmy Stewart. Oh, Mary.
Oh,
yeah, I was trying to think of like any lines, but I couldn't think of any, so I just decided to do a random phrase. But yeah,
I mean that could also be Don Knotts.
That's like it's a little Don Knottsy, yeah. But what about the Rankin and Bass Lord of the Rings movie? Pretty impressive. Not really. I've seen The Hobbit, but I haven't seen the Lord of the Rings actually.
Yeah. Oh, the cartoon.
Mm-hmm. The Hobbit, where at the end of the cartoon, it's Leonard Nimoy singing about the Hobbit.
Bilbo.
Fun fact, and this is probably telling of where I ended up in life. We had a medieval feast that we had to do in like 5th grade for or 6th grade for school, right? We learned about medieval caste structure and whatever, you know. And everybody got assigned a role, and we had like a lunch where people dressed up and there was entertainment and everything. Well, I got assigned the role of the bard.
Okay.
Which,
fair enough.
Or it was the bard or the jester or the entertainer kind of thing.
Well, were you solo class or cross class?
I was just solo class at that point, yeah. No, it was cross class. We had girls in there.
Sorry. I meant for you.
I know. I was just riffing. And I decided First of all, I got on LimeWire and downloaded a whole bunch of like fantasy songs to play during the
and subsequently broke the computer.
It's true. I probably added at least 2 viruses to the computer. But guess who I learned going to LimeWire from, Scott?
I don't know who.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder who.
I used Napster and BearShare. All right, come on.
But in going through, like, doing some very basic searches, I found the Leonard Nimoy Bilbo Baggins song without knowing anything about Lord of the Rings at that time. Or actually, no, I guess Fellowship had come out at that time, and I think I had read The Hobbit. But I was like, oh, this is great. So I downloaded that song, and I lip sang it as my performance for that session. It went over about how you would expect. Yeah. I have yet to see a Rankin Bass movie I didn't like. Thumbelina. That's all I'm going to say. Thumbelina. I don't like Thumbelina.
What? I don't really remember that one.
I've seen it like once. And it's just weird. You know what movie that I can't believe I didn't watch more as a kid, but I love now? Great Mouse Detective.
Okay.
I think it was one of those movies that kind of terrified me a little bit as a kid.
Yeah.
Just from like the final fight scene and everything. But it's a really good movie and very underrated as far as Disney goes.
Something in the same vein for me is God, what's it called? The rooster that is like Elvis.
Rockadoodle.
Rockadoodle.
Yeah.
That one, when I watched it, was bizarre. And it feels like a fever dream. Like, and then I've rewatched it since, and I was like, oh, this was definitely someone that made like an existential crisis movie for parents.
Yeah.
And just said, oh yeah, a cartoon, you know.
Vincent Price's finest role.
Yeah.
Agreed, actually, as Radigan.
Yeah. And then All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Uh-huh.
That's another one of those where it's like
oof.
I watch it now and I'm like, ooh, this hits harder than it ever did before, you know. All right. Mustard arms.
I don't like it at all.
Mustard arms. He's gonna get you.
But this is definitely like
he's gonna
a mimic that's
ya.
like, this is how human skin looks.
Yes.
And it came out jaundice.
I saw a baby with this once. So now I've kept that look forever.
They set a baby on me once that looked like this.
I was a bassinet one time. That baby was delicious.
When I was a baby mimic, I was a bassinet. Yeah.
Yep. That baby was delicious.
Richard, I'm definitely singing his theme song in my head, for sure.
Whose?
Oh, Ratigan. Oh, Ratigan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of any other... Because, honestly, there wasn't a lot of animated movies in the 90s that weren't Disney. They were pretty much the only skin in the game, and I don't like bringing up Don Bluth movies or Rankin Bass. Wait a minute. I said Thumbelina as a Rankin Bass, but I don't know if that's actually... I don't think that's Rankin Bass.
I don't have any idea what that means.
No, sorry. Thumbelina is a Don Bluth movie, not a Rankin Bass movie.
Okay.
So Don Bluth is the style of like... he did like Five O Goes West and those...
Yes, Teely, I agree. A bassinet mimic is terrifying to think about.
Yes.
Like, you know, I'm like, okay, toilet mimic, kind of creepy, but also, you know.
Yeah, sorry. Rankin Bass is the animated like Christmas movies. Those are the Rankin Bass ones. Yeah.
Okay. Didn't hate those growing up.
And The Hobbit and...
actually, one of my best memories is we were up at our neighbor's cabin with them.
I don't remember anything from the cabin. I know we went.
And they had a cabin, their main cabin, and then they had like a side house, like a guest house, guest cabin. And we were there, and I could not sleep. And I don't know if Mom couldn't sleep or if she was just up because I was up. But we ended up going into the main cabin and ended up watching one of those Christmas movies together.
Yeah. Like that they had in the
VHS. That was like a core memory for me.
Oh, that's so nice.
And it like pops into my head every once in a while, and I'm like, oh yeah.
The Swan Princess is the Rankin Bass one that I was thinking of, not Thumbelina.
Swan Princess. Okay.
Yeah, but it wasn't one that I ever really watched. Apparently, Rankin Bass did a Last Unicorn.
Is Rankin Bass the company or like a producer?
They are the film.
So they're like Rank and Bass or Rankin?
Rankin, RANKIN / Bass BASS.
Okay.
Peter Cottontail was like the one that we had at home that we played all the time, as well as the one with the Meister burger in it. The first Christmas, or Santa Claus is coming to town, or the year without a Santa. No, it's Santa Claus is coming to town, is the one. That's I'm Mr. White Christmas, I'm Mr. Snow. You know that one?
Not ringing any bells.
Really? It had the ice guy in it.
I have said this many times. I do not remember my childhood that well.
Yeah.
And it's not because it was bad. I just, for some reason, my brain, I just can't pull that stuff up. And everyone's always like, what's your favorite this as a kid? And I'm like, I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah. Last Unicorn is great if you haven't read the book. The only thing I've ever seen with The Last Unicorn was the one with Tim Curry in it. The live action one. And I made fun of that. Monster? No, that's the one where he's the big-horned demon.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he's always some kind of monster.
Yeah. Yeah. Today, I was going through like a choose-your-own adventure thing. And one of the options that you could take, basically, it was you're being isekai'd into an apocalypse, right?
Yeah.
And it was like one of the things that you can take with you is one of the things that you can have as a bonus is a memory that you can at any time go back into and experience that day again, basically. And I was like, what day would I even pick in that case? And I couldn't think of a solid one. I was like, there's plenty of days that I thought were good. But there's no day that I'm like, I would love to relive that day over again, you know?
I will say that, like, when I hit...
Oh, that's Legend with Tim Curry. Not Last Unicorn. My bad.
When I hit 14, Dad got cancer.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like a lot of my childhood was basically gone at that point. And it wasn't his fault or my parents' fault. It just...
To be fair, like 14 was when you're a teenager, not a kid anymore, right?
Sure. But maybe that's what affects why I can't remember back far enough, you know.
The trauma's blocking it.
Yeah, maybe.
Because we definitely have PTSD from Dad having like seizures and
it was always like right in the middle of the night too.
Yeah.
So wake up to a scream, you know, type of a thing.
Yep.
But yeah, I think that's maybe why I can't quite remember my childhood as well.
Yeah.
Because I did a lot of very fast growing up. At that point, because there was a lot of Mom was in the hospital with him, and so it was a lot of like I was helping you guys and I was trying to do stuff around the house, and you know, and she was really good at getting most of it done.
Yeah, right? Like I don't remember that portion of it. I don't, and I'm not saying that I thought you were lazy or anything, but I honestly don't remember you helping out around the house. And do like helping with us and stuff like that. And that again, that's not a I don't remember this, you're lying about it. It's more of a
Corey's gaslighting me.
Yeah. I'm sorry that I didn't notice it.
No, that's nothing you
and
nothing you could have.
Thank you for your service as it were.
Like I said, I didn't do that much because I was still pretty young, but it's not like I went from being a kid to being an adult, you know. It was just one of those things where it's like, "Oh, I've got to be better at like at least my own stuff, you know.
Yeah.
To help Mom out, you know, less school related things and stuff like that, because she was spent a lot of time in hospital with him.
What are your comfort movie picks? Things you throw on just to feel better about life for a bit. So whenever I got sick, are the teeth the same shade as the wood?
They are a little bit different.
Because
like a bone color.
I kind of like that they're still transitioning. It's from being wood into teeth, right? Like, I think that's cool.
Just call this guy Gorge Washington. Gorge Washington.
Gorge Washington.
Yeah, because he's got his wooden teeth. And also he's gonna eat you.
Whenever I got sick as a teenager, and I had to stay home from school, I always would put on the Lord of the Rings Two Towers Extended Edition. And after the first time, I'd always watch it with like the cast commentary, or I'd watch the special features. So
honestly, that's how I know Lord of the Rings is from you.
Yeah,
because I watched it and I thought it was cool, but I had other stuff that I was more interested in. And again, I'm more of a sci-fi guy, but you spent so much time like rewatching it and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's how I can actually kind of keep up when we do like
lore.
trivia stuff. It's the only way is because you watched it so much that it's like
you're welcome.
Stuck into my brain.
I would say other than that, like I don't really when it comes to comfort, I don't really put a specific movie on, right? Like when I want to relax, I will put on movies that I've seen before. Like maybe I'll put on a Marvel movie because I know those inside and out, and I know that they're going to turn out okay. Except for I wouldn't put on Guardians 3. I don't think if I was trying to cover myself.
Got that, by the way.
I know. I see it, and it's on. It's going to be on Disney Plus here soon too. But I'm just like I don't know if I can go through it again. The Princess Bride is a good one. That is a really good like just relaxing movie.
Yeah, for me it's like any Star Trek, like whether it's TV show or movie.
Yeah, you could just put on a random episode.
If I have a whole playlist. I have a whole playlist on Plex that is all the Star Trek, and if I really want to, I can just hit shuffle, and it'll just cycle through everything from TOS all the way up to.
Yeah, I think the first time that I did that, it was the second part of a two-parter, randomly, and I was like, "Oh, come on, seriously!"
Well, and again, I skip those if I haven't seen, like in TOS, I haven't seen everything, so I'll skip the two-parter ones, but everything else, like I've seen it so many times, I'm like, yeah, I know what happened in the first part.
Yeah, and they do give you enough of a primer, right?
All right, what do you think next? Start to do the metal.
Yeah, I think we're on to the wood. Let's see. So you're not doing the eyes yet. You're gonna save that for.
Yeah, I'm gonna save that till last.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the most it's one of the most detailed parts.
Then I think we're on to the metal.
Okay. And I'll do my trick where everything gets regular metal, and then I go over the top of it with
a color,
a tint.
Nice. Yeah. I thought for the longest time that Casey's comfort movie, my wife, was Robots. Because like 3 times when she was sick, I would come over while we were dating.
Robot Wars, right?
No, like with Ewan McGregor and Robin Williams in it.
Thank you, Richard. It is disgusting. Look at this. He's got mustard arms.
He looks like he's breaking out of the McDonald's vault.
I mean,
a little grimacy in
there. Eat your heart out, Hamburglar.
We need to have some.
I stole the Krabby Patty recipe.
We need to have some like red stripes on the arms to make him a little clown-like. But I thought that her comfort movie.
Mimic? Okay, headcanon.
I thought that her comfort movie was Robots because while we were dating, I went over like when she had her tonsils taken out and a couple other times, and she was watching Robots.
Yeah.
Like, and it happened so consistently that I was like, okay, this is obviously just like a movie that she puts on when she's not feeling good, and it makes her feel better.
Yeah.
And so, like, I don't know, like 2 months ago, she wasn't feeling very good, and I'm like, hey, why don't you just sit down on the couch? We'll put on Robots, and you can relax. And she goes, Robots? Why? And I'm like, that, you like watching that, it's like your comfort movie. And she goes, no, it's not. And I felt like a complete a-hole, but then we watched Robots.
What was her comfort movie?
No, I don't think she has one specifically either. I know that like she likes to watch Buffy episodes. Gremlins is like a tradition movie that she loves to watch.
All this time I've been using.
I had to throw the strength to the TV or to parent. Can you say hi to Nix for me? Hi, Nix.
Hello, Nix.
Hey, Nix. This is our Christian's our brother-in-law's kid, so our little nephew. Bosco, the McMimic is awesome.
We'll he's got arches for days.
Yeah, this is George Washington.
George Washington.
The McMimic.
Because he's got wooden teeth. And he's gonna eat you.
Yeah. But yeah, so
I mean, say hi to any of your kids.
Exactly. If you have a kid,
for the right price,
by joining our Patreon, $10 the shout out tier.
$10 tier. We won't say hi to you, just your kid.
My kid's name is Cory. Can you just say hi to him really quick?
Can you make it out to Cory?
Well, it's like that's one of my favorite tropey jokes is when it's a girl star, like, or a tween pop star, right? Like maybe like a member of Backstreet Boys or a kid show icon or something like that. And the big guy with the beard comes up, like the biker, and he's like, I'm here to get an autograph from my daughter. And he's like, yeah, sure. What's the name? Can you make it out to Phil? Yeah. It's like, yeah, we all know why you're here, and it's awesome. I've just been lurking, moonlighting as a Keebler elf baking cakes. Better than a cobbler elf baking cakes, because they're not very good.
Better than a cobbler elf baking shoes.
Yes. Why did we put these in the oven? Actually, would there be any
the leather, of course.
Would there be any instance where you would want to bake shoes a little bit to like cure them or something?
Maybe there's something to do, like trying to get smells out or something.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the process of like making a cowboy hat?
Maybe.
They're like
on how it's made.
Yeah, or just like a YouTube video I've seen it on. Move to the left slightly, thank you. But it's crazy how they make the cowboy hats. They like push them down and like stretch them out to get the gallon in there, you know.
And then they fill them with water to make sure they're the right.
Yep, that's it. Well, this is only 9.5 gallons. Chuck it.
Yep, throw it away. Yeah. We can't have none of that. Texas would be mad.
What is everybody else's comfort movie though? Teal said Lady Hawk and Princess Bride. I've never seen Lady Hawk. I should, because they talk about it enough on Ready Player One in the book that I'd want to see it. That's the one with the 3-pronged sword, I think, or the one that fires from the hilt. I don't know.
You mean Zank's sword?
Like Zank's sword, yeah, from the D&D movie, yeah. I think like, oh man, I'm trying to think of any other comfort movies.
The Iron Giant for me.
Really? That's comforting for you?
Comfort movie, hell yeah.
Even the end?
Yeah. Johnny Five.
Short Circuit. Holy crap! You're right.
Especially number 2. I love number 1. Don't get me wrong, but I love number 2.
Yeah.
As well, when he goes all punk rock and stuff.
Yeah. Gangster. He goes gangster.
He's got a mohawk. I think he goes punk.
They put him in gold, full gold, with like chains.
Okay, fine.
That's like he goes into the hood specifically.
The mohawk doesn't really fit then.
It's yeah, I guess it's like punk hood, right?
Yeah.
The sword and the sword and the sorcerer. Okay.
Sword and Sorcery. Those books.
No. The Belgariad, you mean?
No, I was thinking of
Fifth Element and A Knight's Tale.
I think NBC's.
A Knight's Tale is great. A Knight's Tale. So A Knight's Tale is made specifically so that it doesn't like conform to the history of it, right? Because they do a lot of things in there to do like a modernized version of it almost. Like they've got Golden Years as a song in there trying to be played by bards. It was the first bardcore, I think. Yeah. But like I don't think it's supposed to be. Oh, Triple Bladed Sword is from Sword and the Sorcerer. Okay, but I don't think that A Knight's Tale is supposed to be historically accurate. It's just supposed to be fun, and it is fun. That is a good.
You mean
one.
Heath Ledger wasn't around
700
years ago?
700 years. I'm sorry to say no, and he's not around today.
Oh, too soon.
No, it's not.
I know.
I guess another comfort movie, one that I want to play or I want to watch again because I haven't in a while, the How to Train Your Dragon series.
Yeah.
The first one's amazing, and the other two are great. I just haven't watched them enough. Oh, Kung Fu Panda. That's another comfort series of mine.
Now,
I love the Kung Fu Panda
there's
trilogy.
comfort movies now, but there's also comfort movies from our past that...
Yeah, I'm trying to think of any other ones that I'm like... I absolutely watched this all the time.
Comfort, I don't necessarily mean like, oh, these are nice and wholesome movies. I mean, these are movies that we watch when we just need to relax. And
our grandma on our mom's side had a very limited number of movies.
Yeah.
And one of the movies she did have, is Return to Oz, which is like the sequel to Wizard of Oz, which I have never seen, by the way. I've never seen Wizard of Oz, but I have seen Return to Oz.
Many times.
Yes, and that is where my love of steampunk and constructs began, actually, because they have this big-bellied, like, robot. The Tin Man in that one is kind of like this rotund robot creature. Construct, and I fell in love with it. I thought it was so cool, even though he was, a big robot. Like it was a weird, dumb robot. But go on. Sorry, I interrupted you.
We're Back.
Yeah, We're Back is definitely.
That one is a scary movie, though. That's the animated one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because there's the one where there's the toy dinosaurs, or the tiny dinosaurs.
Prehysteria. Oh, Prehysteria. Yep, that is a comfort movie of mine. The best scene in that is when he's gonna fight the bullies, and he pulls out the switchblade, and then he hits the button on it, and it's just a comb, and he combs his hair to slick it back again. Because he's a pompous a-hole for a kid.
I really liked watching Richie Rich growing up. That one was fun. Not the TV show, but like the... Is it Richie Rich? Or is it the one where he gets the... Oh, Blank Check, sorry. Blank Check.
I don't remember watching Blank Check. I remember watching Richie Rich at one point.
The kid gets a blank check and he uses his computer skills to print $1 million on it and then cashes it at the bank. The bank's like... Because it was like the 90s, the bank's like, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, right.
And then in the end, I think
Then he gets a mansion and stuff, and buys a lot of stuff that $1 million wouldn't really get you nowadays.
Oh my gosh, there are 2 Tin Men in that one, and a pumpkin-like scarecrow, pumpkin-headed scarecrow.
Oh, so just like Wick.
Yeah.
That's where you got Wick from.
It must have been.
Stop shaking hands. Stop it. I know you want to.
They want to just shake each other. Tin Man? Tin Man?
Tin Man?
Nope.
Tin Man the Tool Tailor?
So this thing. This thing is the...
oh, yeah.
That is like the construct that...
Mr. Bigwig from Robots.
Yeah.
Maybe Robots is your
It might be my comfort movie. But when I saw that, I was like, this is amazing. Because he actually doesn't look silver-plated in the movie. He's kind of got a more, like, coppery tone to him. And then...
Barrel golems eat your heart out.
Yeah. And then Magic the Gathering came out with bottle gnomes, which had the same kind of, like, rotundness to them. Yeah. And I went, oh, yeah, this is one of my aesthetics. Okay, then, sure.
Awaken anything in me.
My love of constructs.
Which is why...
Yeah, Professor Screw-Eye.
Yeah. No. Like I said, that movie is, as a kid... was pretty freaky. Well,
there's only one part that's freaky, and it's when they get the evil serum, or they give him the feral serum.
Well, they make it dark.
And
they make it so dark.
Yeah, they do.
It's not just like, now he's a regular T-Rex. Like, it's like dark tones, and there's like all kinds of noises, and
also when Professor Screw-Eye dies, like that's I think Professor Screw-Eye had a patron that he displeased, by the way, because those I don't remember too much about the movie, so I may be misremembering why he's attacked by the crows that have been following him this whole time.
Yeah, and then they eat him. Basically.
Yeah, they basically devour him whole except for the screw, right?
Yeah.
Which is such a great scene. But it must have been like a patron that was like, you need to make this carnival that will make, that will bring people to me kind of thing. And when he failed, the patron was like, all right, I'll take your soul then. And sent Wick after him.
Or he was like super cruel to the crows, and we all know how crows are.
Yeah, you know what? I think it might have been a cruelty to crows thing. Like he tried to like shoo them away or throw something at them when they were just watching him, and they were like, "No, we ain't having that. We're gonna kill you.
We're gonna wait till the right time, and then we're gonna eat
I
you."
don't remember. I need to watch it again. I will be watching it again, eventually.
Eventually, yes.
I mean, that's in the W's. That's gonna be years from now.
Cory's gonna be on his deathbed and be like, "I finally got to the last movie."
Oh, we actually have.
Send them a text from my deathbed and go,
"There's more."
I added 4 more movies. You're gonna go, "No."
Beep. Yeah. And then you'll be right next to me. Don't know why you texted me, but you'll be right next to me laughing until you.
Because we're millennials, Cory. And we'll be on our avocado toast beds.
Yes. All that avocado toast will finally pay off.
Yeah.
I have also watched 2 other movies on the list of ones that I haven't seen yet. Well, one that I have seen in the sequel, 21 Jump Street and then 22 Jump Street.
That's what kind of started your whole...
That's what kind of started it, yeah, because
you were near the beginning and you're like, hey, you know
like,
what?
let's just do this, yeah.
Didn't we try to do this a long time ago as well, you and I?
I don't remember if we did. I think we said we were going to and started like adding movies to a list maybe, but I don't think we ever actually committed and started it.
I know I've said multiple times I want to watch all of them.
The next movie on the docket is The Fifth Wave. And to be fair, there's going to be a lot of movies on there that I'm like, this is going to be crap. And maybe we'll get 20 minutes into them and I'm just like, I don't want to watch this and we can move on to something else. Like 12 Seconds is the one right after The Fifth Wave, I think. And it looks like it's a bull riding movie, which means it's probably like a drama, cowboy-esque, you know, thing. And I'm not a really big fan of biopics and or, you know, that style of movie where it's kind of just like...
biopics?
Yeah, well, it's kind of like those... I guess I could qualify it as a sports movie almost, too.
Yeah.
Like, there's very few sports movies that I actually like watching. Like, I watched Rudy one time, and I thought that was fine. And I watched Remember the Titans, and I thought that was fine.
The one with Adam Sandler.
Waterboy?
No. Pretty funny, but...
Longest Yard.
Yeah.
Longest Yard's really good, yeah. But, like, that's okay. If it's a comedy and a sports movie, perfectly fine. But if they try to do, like, a drama... Like, if you have The Blind Side on there, I might be like, let's skip it.
I might have it on there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Like, I don't want to skip any movie. So, and if it's a movie I haven't seen, I will definitely be watching it.
You'll expand your horizons.
Yes.
Like, Tori's trying to keep me cultured, is what she says.
Yeah, on our latest recording, Tori wanted Scott to go see Into the Woods as a play rather than just watching the movie version of it.
Because I said it sucks.
Yeah,
she's like, excuse me.
Excuse me? Yeah.
And I've only ever seen the movie, so yeah. I mean, and she goes, yes, the movie sucks. And I go, so you agree with me? And she's like, no.
No, yeah. That was a good episode.
It was a fun episode.
That we recorded that last night, and we got another one that we're recording on Monday. Because Tori's got to go out of town, so we got to get one recorded quickly. But I'm stoked to do that close because it means that, oh no, I need to plan a game. Crap, never mind. I'm not stoked anymore. The panic has set in.
Oh no, the panic has started.
Yeah, the panic. The movie sucks. The play isn't too bad. That's what Tori said. Yeah. Tori said that the play's pretty good. So, and you know what?
Like, I told her I would only go to it if she was starring in it because I only go to plays, theater stuff to support friends. Yeah. Otherwise, I don't go.
Yep. I kind of enjoy it. Not like the movie was kind of, but I did enjoy the songs in it and kind of the concept behind it. So I could watch like a play version of it to see if it's any better and have no issue with it. Your favorite musical is Rock of Ages, actually. And that's because it's songs that you know, right? Yeah. So like Rock of Ages, Moulin Rouge are like the go-to musicals for Scott.
Yeah, I don't enjoy most new unique, what do you call it? Like unique music for musicals.
Yeah. Yeah, like music purposefully for the musical itself.
Mainly because I don't like the talk singing that a lot of them end up doing. And I'm like... And then we went and watched... what was the one we went and watched? Secret Garden.
Oh, yeah.
That one, the audio had some problems, and so Cory and I needed subtitles, essentially.
Yeah. We should have taken Tori's advice and sat towards the middle.
Towards the middle, yeah.
And we probably would have had better acoustics and an easier time listening.
But I mean, it's a full-on theater. Like it should have been able to sit anywhere and understand.
Yeah, but it's also a theater for a high school, so their audio is going to be terrible, you know. But yeah, I agree, and the music on that one was all right.
Well, we should have listened to the music beforehand because there was a lot of it
that is something that I will be doing from henceforth for a musical that I have not seen yet that I'm going to go see like live at. I'm going to make sure that I watch, or that I listen to the full album first. And I know it kind of spoils you on the songs, or on the story a little bit, because you can kind of piece together what happens, which means you need to put it on shuffle so you don't know when things are going to happen, right?
I read the Wikipedia, so
you kind of had an idea.
I kind of already knew what was going to happen, and I was glad that I did, because there were times where I was like, if I didn't know what was going on, I'd be so lost, you know. I mean, obviously, but
Bosco's the Greatest Showman fan. That's another good one.
I like that one too.
That definitely.
You know what? I will take that back. That one does have some good unique songs.
One of my favorite things is so I'm watching there was that video that was put out where they're doing the test version for like the big upswelling song at the end of Greatest Showman, and
the Greatest Showman. Or the Greatest Show?
No, it was like their Seize the Day, but it wasn't Seize the Day. It was when they're all in the bar and he's inspiring them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When they were doing the test for that,
well, he's only inspiring one person.
No, he's inspiring them all. It's not that one.
Oh, not the one where he's trying to get the guy to
yeah, although that is one of my favorite songs from that. But I'm talking about, what is it called? Brand New Day? No, that's from Dr. Horrible Sing Along Blog.
Another great musical.
Another great musical. Song.
Well, and I did the whole, like, toxic masculinity thing when I was a late teenager, early 20s. I was like, all musicals are stupid.
Yeah.
You know? And now I look back and I'm like, that was just a dumb phase of my life. Like, I can watch one and be fine. I saw this online, and I kind of agree. When I watch other people sing, I almost feel like secondhand embarrassed for them. Even if they're good, for some reason, I'm like... Because for me, that is super embarrassing to sing in front of people. And so seeing someone else sing it, I'm like... I have to, like, tell myself, it's okay, this is what they're for. Like, you know...
This is what they're for.
This is what they're doing. This is what they're doing here.
It's From Now On. Where but during the like testing for that, where they're trying to like sell it or whatever, they're doing like some test runs,
like in real life.
In real life, Hugh Jackman had nose surgery, right? Okay. So he couldn't do the vocals, and the big story is that like when they got to that song, he felt so bad that he couldn't do the vocals for everything else, that he took over and started singing for his understudy, basically, despite his surgery, and basically put himself back a couple weeks in his surgery so that he could give everybody a feel for that song. And it's a super powerful song. And the test footage on it is where he does start singing is really good and really powerful. Like, you can tell, like, he's like, yeah, I'm going to give this my all. But his understudy, who was doing his voice work up to that point, is the guy who plays Win in Supergirl, because he's a Broadway actor. Yeah, and so like watching that clip of him doing that, all I could do was focus on Win and go, "That's Win," because I was shocked to see him, because he was a Glee actor too. I think no, he was just Broadway. No,
Melissa Benoist was Supergirl. She was Glee actress.
Yeah. No, Scourger, first of all, welcome. We have not seen Paint Your Wagon. We've only seen the Simpsons clip of it.
Gonna paint the wagon.
Gonna paint it green.
Yeah. Half of our life is Simpsons. We were making Simpsons quotes last night every time Preston and Tori were doing something. Corey and I would be like, hey.
That's the Simpsons episode. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. This Is Me is one of my favorite anthems, especially Caleb Hyles. Ooh, I didn't know Caleb Hyles did a good cover of that. All right. I like This Is Me, but I prefer From Now On. And Right Here, Right Now, what is the name of that one? Anyway.
I like the one where you hate it because it's the kid, but Pink does a version of it that you really like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Pink does a really good version of that one.
Where he's talking about his dreams. And like making the dream house for the woman that he loves and stuff. And I really like that song.
I literally like just looked this up and I could just tell you what songs there are. A Million Dreams.
A Million Dreams, yeah.
The other side is the other one. The one with Zac Efron in the bar, yeah, which I think is really good.
Sad Efron.
2 Mules for Sister Sarah provided his comedy chops. They were talking about Clint Eastwood specifically because he's in Paint Your Wagon.
Oh, yeah. Does he sing?
I would assume so. You don't get a star like that. I guess I say that, but
I've never seen Clint Eastwood do anything but scowl. So yeah, that's why I'm asking. I don't know.
I say that, but they're like old Disney had a lot of double actors, right? They had the singing actor, and then they had
they still do
the speaking
with,
actor.
Adele Dazeem.
What? No,
Idina Menzel and.
So Idina Menzel is Elsa, but Adele Dazeem is the is the singing voice.
I thought that
no,
Elsa had two separate.
No, it's the same person.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah, it is the same person, but not anymore.
I just remember because
it is the wickedly talented Adele Dazeem that is now the.
John Travolta was super drunk when he was announcing that. Remember?
One of the greatest moments in the Oscars history, in my opinion.
Adele Dazeem.
The wickedly talented Adele Dazeem. Like, that's not even close.
It's not even close to Idina Menzel. Come on. How much have you had to drink, man?
Yeah.
Gosh.
I really hate that.
I got that song in my head right here, right now. I put the effort.
Yeah. I really hate that Wicked is so long in the tooth now. Because I would have loved to see a Wicked with Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth. Like, you may know her as. Did you ever watch? No.
You know them from such movies.
From such movies as. Did you ever watch?
The Story of Idina Menzel.
What was that pie maker show?
It's the one with Johnny Depp, right?
Where he cuts
people up and turns them into pies?
No, not Sweeney Todd. Another musical.
He's a pie maker in that.
Lee Pace was the main character in it.
Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, not Guardians of the Galaxy. I wish Casey were here. She'd be shouting it already.
We used to be really good at this because we had a podcast where we did like geek stuff and we had to look up all these different actors and actresses.
God, you can still find those podcasts, by the way.
You can still find them, yes.
Unfortunately, they are basically like geek news.
Yeah.
From that time period, so they're not great, but we do have a lot of opinions on there. Pushing Daisies, that's the show. Fantastic show. Yes, thank you.
We have a lot of opinions just in general.
But I don't know if you ever watched Kristen or Pushing Daisies.
I like the silver. I don't know, man.
That is really cool. You can just keep it if you want.
I think I might. I can always go back later and do a different color over the top of it.
You might know her voice more than you know her. Like, more than you know her face. But there's Kristen Chenoweth.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember, like, where you would know her from, though.
I know her face.
Jeez, everybody's been in Robot Chicken. Oh, My Little Pony the movie. You that's where you know her from.
Oh, right, because I am a giant brony.
Yep.
Just going to leave that out there for the world to digest.
Clip it, please. Somebody clip it. Do we do that here? I don't think we do that here yet. Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
I haven't seen any yet of anyone making clips of our stuff.
No, not yet. That'd be fun.
But I think I set all of our YouTube videos to be able to do that, so anyone can.
Yeah, Richard. All three of the elf leaders from Lord of the Rings have been villains in Marvel movies, actually.
Yeah, Red Skull,
Hela, and Ronan the Accuser. Yeah.
I was trying to think of the third one. I couldn't think of Hela.
Scoldger says maybe you could model the arms to make them, yellow, gray blotches or something. Maybe red claws. Will this work? Oh, I don't know if I've ever seen Gone in 60 Seconds. I know you have, but I don't.
With Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, I don't think I have. Ooh, you know what movie I'm actually excited to get to again? I think I'm going to watch.
That is a good idea. Let me try something real quick.
Okay. I think...
Red. I need a good red, though.
I can't... I want to watch Ghost Rider again. The first one. I don't need to watch the second one, but... I really like how campy the first Ghost Rider is. It's not very good.
Do you like Italian?
Italian, yes. Up He's going up.
I was so excited because I love Ghost Rider as a character.
The moment where Nicolas Cage sits down and swirls the martini glass of jelly beans before taking a few.
I mean,
just so perfect.
I would. Yeah. Okay, let's see. We'll get the other palette out here. I got an idea. I gotta see if it works. I won't try it on the model yet first.
Okay.
But first,
here you go, Sculpture. You got him going now.
I've been wanting to try something like this for a while, and I just never get around to it. But it is taking a piece of sponge.
I hope you're happy now. That's from Wicked.
Taking a piece of sponge and getting it so that...
Would you say you're dabbing it?
Yeah, so that it does like this.
Oh, I can't help it. I'm sorry. How's it looking? Because we can't see. It's all blurry, too. Okay. All right. I don't know why I'm like suddenly so quiet. I'm very interested to see how this goes for you.
I mean, it almost looks like blood splatter a little bit.
We're getting the red on there that I wanted for the Ronald McDonald, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I win.
For the McDonald's,
the McMimic.
Yeah, the McMimic.
George Washington. Yes. Oh, good. Who needs Hero Forge to paint your minis for you?
I mean, I would love as soon as a 3D printer comes out that is cheap enough.
That is color.
I'm absolutely gonna get one. As long as it's like under $2,000, I'm in because
Yeah, it does kind of give a little bit of a. It feels like this is something from like Poppy's Playtime now or something like that. Like, I feel like I should be checking cameras on Five Nights at Freddy's to watch out for this.
But I don't hate this.
No, it looks good.
I don't hate the, like, spotted skin, because...
Yeah, Sculpture's right. It does break up the yellow nicely.
Yeah, it kind of, like, it gives you, you know, you gotta have a little ketchup with your mustard, you know?
This is just a hot dog. Is that what you're saying? This mimic is a hot dog?
He could be if he wants to.
Don't let him overdo it. I can't control him. I've tried. Do you see how many serious moments he interrupts on our games? No, you do a good job at adding a little bit of levity after things get a little, you know, and breaking that tension after things get a little tense or down.
Yeah.
But you also have a way to add your own moments as well, right? Like,
yeah.
I'm not saying that you're only comedy. That's very cool.
There, a little bit of some splotches. I could also hit it with a kind of a lighter yellow over the top of it.
Mm-hmm. Like a dry brush.
Like this contrast over the top of it and kind of mute it all down. See how that does.
Yeah, let's see it.
Okay, gotta let it dry for just a second here.
Imagine you reaching the Happy Meal and you pull that thing out. Imagine reaching the Happy Meal and then the Happy Meal just snaps shut.
It just bites down on you, yeah.
So I realized last night that we don't have our vending machine channel on Discord anymore.
I archived it.
Yeah,
I didn't delete it.
I think I told you to archive it because we weren't using it. But then, like, a situation comes up that I'm like, oh, it would be perfect to have this now. So I was like, yeah.
Sorry, Dealey.
That
and the bassinet.
Yep. I hope you have fun with your next Happy Meal.
Don't reach into any fast food bag or else.
I mean, to be fair, anything could be a mimic.
That's true. Yeah.
Lean in really close to your monitor and see.
Put your hands on the keyboard, and the keyboard's like, yeah. It'd be like it's like the thing.
It's like that one scene in the thing where the guy's trying to defibrillate and
chest compressions.
well, actually he's doing so he does the chest compressions,
that's right.
and then he grabs the defibrillator to try and shock him, back to life, and that's when the hands go down and the stomach opens up with teeth. Oh, The Thing is such a good movie. John Carpenter's Thing, that might be one that I watch again. That's such a good movie.
I don't know if I've ever seen it all the way through.
Toilet Mimic, yeah, we do actually have a Toilet Mimic mini.
I honestly have a couple of them.
Yeah.
Because it became a
meme.
A meme, and then every 3D modeler decided to make one.
To be fair, if toilets became a popular thing in medieval worlds,
at some point there would be a mimic.
There would be mimics that would be like, everybody goes here, this is where the food is, right?
Yeah. And it's even flavored.
I have 2 toddlers, so Happy Meals are terrifying already. Oh no!
So there, I put a little bit of yellow on, kind of tones it down.
Oh yeah, it definitely like covers it up a little bit.
The arm in the front versus the arm in the back.
Yeah, it definitely looks less like it is freshly grown, and more like that's just a secondary skin tone on it.
Yeah. Well, and I got to practice because I've seen a lot of 3D art, or a lot of paint artists and stuff that do this, where they do the sponge over the top technique, and it always looks so cool. And every time I've tried it before, I've always just screwed it up really, really bad.
Yeah.
I think this one looks okay, but I need to get some different sponges. There's some different densities that have, that'll make it more splotchy.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't there an episode of The Outer Limits with a fridge and a bed that 8 people in exchange for giving a human accomplice extended youth and life?
Don't know.
That sounds like something that The Outer Limits would do, though. That sounds exactly like something I would expect out of an Outer Limits episode. Like, I could literally watch an episode and see the man being like, yes, would you go get me that from the fridge? And be like, oh, the fridge is going to eat him, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Yep, it's a pact. Okay, yeah, I get it.
All right, Warlock.
Yeah. Professor Screw-Eye?
Is that you? Yeah.
Yeah, sponges with bigger cells might give you a different texture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I need to start, keeping an eye out for stuff. For some different sponges, because this one was a.
Excuse me, ma'am. Do you have any?
It's a makeup
sponges.
It's a makeup sponge.
It's a really tight sponge.
Yes.
So okay, makeup.
Yes.
I have a question about this because, as a man, I do not regularly wear makeup.
Right.
I only had minimal makeup whenever we did theater, and we always had a makeup artist do it.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm opposed to it or anything like that, and obviously I don't think that women need to wear makeup either. My wife is natural pretty much all the time, and she looks great. But as a writer and as a person who likes to describe things, I definitely would like to have a knowledge on makeup. So I'm trying to think of what the basic makeup steps are, because there's eyeliner if you want it over the eyes,
I think
right?
Foundation is one, right?
Foundation is
changes your skin tone, or evens it out. One of the two.
Yeah, and then there's mascara, which is under the eye, or is that?
I think that's over. No.
Or is that just is that on the eye, the eyelash, right? Or is that? I don't know. Anyway, and then there's obviously lipstick. And blush, I guess, a little bit if you're harlot. sorry. No, but typically when I think about blush, I think about being applied to Wild West, maidens and that kind of thing. Evens it out. Okay, mascara is on eyelashes. Perfect. Thank you so much. I'm just like I said, I need to know the specifics of it, and I guess I need to do some research into what qualifies as heavy makeup and what qualifies as light.
You should just watch some makeup tutorials.
I probably
on YouTube.
should. Yeah.
I know that I've actually been kind of wanting to watch some as well, because when I'm painting faces and stuff and skin tones, having that extra knowledge might help.
Yeah.
Make my painting a little better. So
I think I also want to watch some
So there, so it's subtle, a lot more subtle now.
A lot more subtle now.
Meow.
Right. Meow. That is really cool. I like it. That's a good idea. Good job, Scolger. Good idea.
Also.
Oh, we're almost ready, Scott.
For the eyes?
We're almost ready for the eyes, and then a little bit of wetness going on, and some gold. Yeah. We might actually... No, we only got 10 minutes. We're not getting through this tonight. Shit. I used to help with stage makeup or drama in school when I was a lead in drama team for a youth group. Yeah, okay, cool. I mean, like, the experience would be cool to learn about all that stuff. So I probably should find some, like, basic tutorials on here's how you apply tasteful makeup and blah, 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 or just makeup. It doesn't have to be tasteful. Doesn't matter. But I just want to know so that when I describe people, if I have to describe makeup, I have the knowledge of it, you know. Heavy makeup equals Tammy Faye Baker? I don't know what that is. Tammy Faye sounds familiar. Yeah, anyway. Are you gluing him? Are you gluing the mimic on there?
2 little dots.
Okay.
It's just because I keep bumping him and he keeps starting to fall off.
Oh yeah, I've seen a bunch of like makeup artists on TikTok that transform into like do like cosplay makeup and stuff like that.
Yeah, so
it's so good, yeah. It's a person Google woman board. Okay, we'll do.
And there's always the one meme where it's like, if the church finds out that we women can shapeshift, they're gonna burn us all or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. So, come on. There you go. Focus.
Very cool.
Yeah, it gives it a little bit. The good idea on the splotch, I really like it almost looks like like reptiles and stuff. They get different colored little dots all over them, and
modeling,
it's not like
modeling like
it's not like spots or anything, but yeah.
No, this is worse. It is such a cool model too. Like I'm glad that we're doing this one. I'm glad that you picked this one. We need to find some more like unique models that you can do because you were going through them today and you were like, "No, I want to do this one off camera. No, I don't want to do that."
Well, because a lot of them I feel like are kind of boring.
Yeah.
It's like
this is a troll.
I've seen a million dragons.
Yep.
Like I want some
dragon. You've seen them all.
I need to get some more unique ones.
I think we need to get a second beholder type because the one that we have is obviously very different than other beholders. So maybe we could do another beholder on stream.
Yeah.
I also think...
You like the silver? I like the silver.
Yeah, I do. I think the silver works really well. I don't think we need to make it dark at all.
So are we on to eyes then?
I think we're on to eyes, unless you want to do the golds. You got about 7 minutes, and then we got to wrap it up.
I've been wanting to use this for a while, so this is my liquid gold by Vallejo.
Liquid gold.
You guys can see how cool this is.
Yeah, because I don't think we never did a beholder on stream because the beholders were already done.
Yep.
By that time, but it would be cool to have a secondary beholder type. The wood and metal look great and contrast well with the creepy purple and yellow. Looks great. We got a yeah. Yeah. So, behind the scenes from our latest episode that was released, basically, ended the little adventure in that cove, right?
Yeah.
And I told you this, but I'll tell the lovely people on stream here as well. And this is not a spoiler for anything that happened, but I described the tunnels in this cove as like very smooth and circular with a lot of like chaotic effects going on, and that was because there was a beholder in there.
Oh.
Specifically, it was a beholder that had the ability to see treasure, and like gems and stuff in the mountain.
Yeah.
And she would carve into there like these little tiny holes and grab the gems out for like a hoard of her own. And I had to come up with like a unique look because all beholders have a unique look, right?
A unique.
Oh, that looks so good, Scott. Like even just that, like, oh my gosh. So this is
this is liquid gold, and it is very watery, but it is so much like you put it on and it runs into all the crevices. And then I will do a second coat just to kind of get it like a more rich gold. Yeah. I put it on quite a few gold piles in my day.
So this is Ali Athera, as an ALI apostrophe AE with the very cool Aether look, you know, like the AE together.
Yeah.
And then THRA. So she's a beholder born not from another beholder, but formed to aid the blood flame serpent. So she was kind of like forced into creation, right? She, beyond the typical beholder powers, she is blessed with the ability to sense treasure. It comes with a substantial amount of greed, and she will go to any length to build her own treasure hoard as a mockery of dragons, which I thought was great.
Makes sense, seeing an Arconus, right?
Yeah. And then I also had here that her petrification ray doesn't turn beings to flat or to stone, but rather gold and jewel encrusted. Yeah. Which I thought was
just keep them in like a menagerie.
Oh yeah, absolutely, definitely like a. And I was going to if you guys went down this path and got to this lair, there was going to be like the statues in like gold and everything that make you guys go, oh, is this like a Medusa's lair or something like that, or a basilisk lair? And then the beholder will like descend from the ceiling. So obviously every beholder is unique, so I had to come up with a description that felt pretty unique to her and kind of conveyed what I wanted to as far as who she was. And I wanted a specific focus on making her seem monstrous, but still kind of like a feminine, have a femininity about her, right?
Okay.
Because you don't hear about a lot of female beholders. Typically, they don't even have like genders.
Yeah. And when you said that at first, I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool way to.
So her main body is.
Looks like on black.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Let's see this. It's blurry. Focus. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
And it takes a couple coats, but yes.
Oh my god. Beholder turning people into gold. Fred starts throwing peasants in. Well, Sculpture said Tory, but I assume they mean Fred. Yeah. Funding the army. The McMimic is a McBadass. Fred Holder. That's Tori in her crown, yeah. That's so good. Do the floor in stone color to contrast it. Obviously, yeah, we want to make sure we do that. Dominate monster, and you've got your own mint. So her main body is more triangular than most. The silver flesh conjoined with a golden bone plate coming to a point just over her central eye and flaring out like a cobra's hood out of her body.
So that's what it looks like up close.
Oh, wow. That is just very detailed. So I kind of wanted to do like kind of a bony plate hood that kind of added a little bit of like almost like hair, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Where the hood and her flesh meet, 5 eye stalks stretch out beyond to complete her look on either side. So they were kind of going to be side eye stalks that stretch out from the sides rather than all over the head kind of thing. And then I was going to have the eye stalks end in a brilliant blue iris, while the main eye is a shimmering gold and looks serpentine in nature. And she also has a forked tongue. So, yeah. And then I have her as her traits as greedy, naive, a bit hot-headed, and then a hobby of hers is turning small animals into little statues to decorate around her lair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cruel.
Yep. And I was like, I really like this, and I had every expectation that you guys, like, you had a 50-50 chance to go down her tunnel.
Oh yeah.
And you went down the other tunnel, right? And I was just like, I know that this might happen, and I'm okay with it, and I'm not going to try and force her in there. Maybe she comes up later, maybe she appears another time, who knows? But for now, she will just be something that you guys know about here. That you guys get to learn because you decided to join us.
I also have liquid copper.
And
liquid silver.
Ooh, nice. I think a couple like dabs of that across some of the coins might.
Well, and I might tweak it later.
Yeah.
But yeah. So.
They will end up besties. Give us a Fred versus Beholder staring contest.
Okay. Colors for eyes.
I think we actually need to end there. It is 9 o'clock, unfortunately. So give us one final look at what we've done so far. And,
the monstrosity we have created.
This is Gorge Washington, the McMimic. And I think he looks great. They look great. They don't really have a gender. Mimics don't have a gender. Thank you, everybody, for joining us so much. Ciao, as Sculpture said. And we hope to see you again next week. Preston will be back for more art. Last time he did Brander, and it looks absolutely crazy. If you go on Discord,
so punchable.
Yeah, you can go see Brander's punchable face. I think there was a request for a specific thing coming up here. Oh, a John Broomman picture.
Oh, yeah.
I think at this point, so we might get that next week. Don't forget to check out our episode coming out on Wednesday. It's going to be fantastic. You don't want to miss it.
If you want to get in early on it, join our Patreon.
Yeah. So it's $5 and you get 2 days early, plus you get other bonus content, which we need to edit tonight as well.
Yes.
Which we'll do. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful evening, and we will see you next time.
Bye.